weekend.
All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network, brought to you by Northern Lights Entertainment.
Yeah, how about that? Go check out their website, northernlightsentertainmentradio.ca, Canada's best radio station. Go check it out. It's pretty cool.
All right, yeah, you can listen online, and thanks to our sponsor, Glenn, Northern Lights Entertainment. You're going to have to check it out.
We had some long, drawn-out negotiations.
We just closed the deal seconds before we went on.
High-stakes game, man, I tell you.
But I didn't get a catcher out of the deal.
Glenn is a shrewd businessman.
So shrewd, I didn't even get a catcher out of the deal.
Oh, man. All right.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, how are you?
What's up, Joe?
Good to see you, Joe. I did see a comment from It's Not Milk Dud. Yeah, for all the Ramos guys out there that it's not a milk dud, said if it weren't for the slew of injuries in the outfield, Ramos would be nowhere to be found right now. There would still be those same idiots saying Ramos needs more development.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true, guys. And I think Mark Graves had a good comment too. He said something to the effect of, relax. There it is. Y'all need to getting too excited for rookie play. They will have their ups and downs. Just look at Corbin Carroll. Yeah, guys go through hot streaks right now. Ramos is experiencing it. The league hasn't totally figured him out. But I think Ramos might be a little bit different in the sense that he was struggling at times with the swing and miss. And he's been up here for a song and dance at times. And I think he's really worked at plate discipline. And he's taking a lot of pitches.
I was just going to say, look at his at-bats.
Yeah.
His at-bats are fantastic.
Yeah. He's their best player. There's no doubt. If we were saying earlier that Lamont Wade was their all-star, and now he's out.
Mm-hmm.
If Ramos keeps this up for another month, he will be the Giants all-star possibly.
He could be the all-star, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
He keeps it up. He could be rookie of the year.
Yes, he does.
Why not, right?
Absolutely.
Shoot for the moon, man.
Absolutely. I guess who else is a rookie? Yamamoto's considered a rookie, isn't he? Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yep.
So you guys, Elliot Ramos, Giants win today 3-1 behind some pretty solid pitching by Spencer Howard, and the bullpen comes in. Eric Miller comes in, gets a big out. And then
first off, it wasn't the San Francisco Giants. It was the San Francisco Ramoses.
Yeah. Elliot Ramos knocked in all 3 runs today, everybody. All 3 runs. Yeah. A 109-mile-an-hour double into the left center field gap, scoring Austin Slater from first base. And then a 106-mile-per-hour 2-run homer. Again, scoring Austin Slater, who had singled earlier in the inning. So Slater actually had his first decent game of the season.
It's okay. He had a hit and a walk and a strikeout. It's okay.
I mean, hey, it's all right. We'll take it. He scored 2 runs. We've been all over him at times, and deservedly so. So we'll give him credit for playing a good game. It's what we do here at NorCal. We tell it like it is.
Yep.
I will tell you that Slater, doesn't always produce when it comes to only against left-handed pitching, and he hasn't been doing that well this year.
True.
So he's got to come out of it. It's possible this gives him a little spark. But the Giants, have won 3 in a row, and yet they're still a game under 500.
Correct.
This is kind of what, guys, I know people are excited about what's happening right now, and it's fine. You're great. Three games in a row. They played good after stinking up 6 games. Look, This is exactly what 500 clubs do. They're up and down, up and down. They don't go too far forward.
Right.
Okay. I mean, crappy teams, are 10, 12 under or more. Okay. Good teams are 10, 12 over or more. It's just that simple. The Giants are not a good team. They're not a crappy team. They're just middle of the road like the rest of the majority of baseball. What is there? Maybe 6 good teams in baseball? 7?
Somewhere around there, right?
I mean, we know the Yankees, right? And the Phillies. And
you see the Dodgers took care of the Yankees 2 days in a row, huh?
Yeah, and we've got the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Phillies. Well, in fact, you know what? Let's just take a quick peek at it, Eric, while we're mentioning.
Go for it.
Let's look at the expanded. No, I want overall. There we go. There's your top teams in baseball right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that are 10 over or more. Even the Braves aren't even 10 over, but I'll count them because of some key injuries to Strider and Acuna. But look, there's 8 teams in baseball right there. Phillies and Yankees. Phillies are what? 26 games over 500. Wow.
Yeah. How about that?
Yankees 24 over 500. Cleveland 19 over 500. Same with the Orioles. Dodgers 16 over. Royals, surprise, surprise, 13. Brewers 12. Surprise, surprise. And the Braves 8. Now, look at the abundance of teams. You go from 9 teams over 500, 10 teams over 500 in baseball, 20 under. Look at that. The Twins are the 10th team over 500 in baseball. And you go all the way down, Padres, Giants, Red Sox, Reds, Tigers, Pirates, Devil Rays, Blue Jays, Cubs, all within a game, and Cardinals. And if you want to add all within a game, then Rangers, D-backs within a game and a half, Astros, Nationals within 2.5, the Mets 3.5 back, and they're 9 games under 500. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So don't call the Giant. But you know what? This is baseball, and it's called Fool's Gold. They ought to call it the Fool's Gold playoffs. Seriously. Because
I don't like that third wild card.
I don't like it at all. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's watered the game down to nothing, and it's got casual fans thinking their team is good. Come on, people. The Giants are average team, and you're acting like, and yes, do they have a shot at the playoffs? Yeah, along with 15 other teams or whatever. The National League, I guess they got a shot with about 7 other teams. It's going to come down to, there's 15 teams, 3 division winners. Now you're down to 12 teams.
Yep.
Knock out the bottom 2, which is the Rockies and the Marlins, right?
Yes.
Let me look at the National League. Okay. National League. You got down at the bottom, Rockies and Marlins. That's it. And the Mets are still only 3.5 out of a wild card spot. That's ridiculous. So let's count the Mets, because if you're going to count the Giants, you got to count the Mets, because the Giants were just a few days ago, 4 under. Or 5, they're 1 under? Yeah, 4 under. So we've got the Giants right now in the wild card standings. If I pull these up, I will show you this. Share screen back again. Okay, here's the wild card standings in the National League. The Giants are tied for second with 3 teams. So 2 of those teams make it, 1 gets knocked out. Okay, So the Giants, and then they're a half game over the Pirates. So let's say the Giants are in third, just for, the heck of it. So they're Reds, 1, 2, Pirates, Cubs, 3, Cardinals, 4, Diamondbacks, 5, Nationals, 6, Mets, 7. So they're going to be competing for a spot with 7 teams. And if you count the Mets out, you can say 6.
Correct.
So to say, Robert, that they are the most dangerous team in the playoffs, they have to get there first, Robert. And if they get there, to me, baseball has done a ridiculous thing in the 162 game schedule, because you really only have to, just try and get there, and you could kind of build your team for the second half.
Yep. Hey, Robert, real quick, you're saying that the Giants have elite starters when healthy. Okay. Where do you think the Giants rank right now as far as pitching in the major leagues? Just we'll get back to the pregame or the postgame here in a minute, but he wants to throw that out there. So I want to just say, hey, where do you think they rank, Robert, as far as pitching is concerned? I just want to hear just a stab in the dark, Robert. Where do you think the Giants pitching is? While we wait, we could get into this. We're going to wait for him to respond. Because we'll show it. Hey, Dan, you're muted.
Oh, National League?
Well, in all of baseball.
Oh, I'll take a stab.
Probably in the bottom. Then why are you saying they're probably elite when healthy? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Robert, that's all I'm saying is when you're saying those kind of things, you got to be careful in what you're saying here.
Michael Roeder says with Ray and Cobb, they could be. Yeah, with Marichal and Perry, they could be.
Let's take a look at these top teams. Look at this. The top teams probably have the best pitching. Imagine that. Yankees, Phillies, Orioles, Dodgers, Red Sox got some great pitching. The Guardians, the Mariners, the Braves, even minus Strider, the Royals.
All those teams are Brewers. All those teams you've named so far are in the playoffs, except the
Rangers,
Red Sox, I think.
Oh, the Red Sox, yeah, Red Sox. Pittsburgh. Look at that. And let's see where the Giants are. 25th. Robert, come on, dude.
And before you guys get real excited about this, it's a long season, guys, and the bullpen is wearing out. You know that Rogers, Walker, and Miller are the top of the league in appearances,
and that's gonna hurt because what happened, Dan, in August last year? They started falling apart. Yep. You can't keep relying on them. You can't.
Yeah, and they're in because that's why you don't throw away games in the beginning of the year.
Yes,
because every game counts, and now you're playing from behind. And now you're having to play. Do you notice Melvin managed today's game like it was Game 7 of the World Series?
He sure did. Yeah, he sure did. He got Howard out of there. I mean, he only had one more out to go.
Yeah, one more out. He was throwing 74 pitches, and he had to bring in Miller, and then he had to bring in somebody else later to I can't remember who it was during situation. He was managing like it was a must win. And frankly, because the Giants are where they're at, because they got off to such a crappy start, they are must wins.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Other teams don't overuse their bullpen. Not nearly as much, Robert. If you noticed, which game was it the other day?
Oh, it was
Arizona, was it?
It was Arizona. He let who did he let go 8 innings almost? Or
Nelson. He went 8 innings.
And that's huge. Giants have one guy that could do that.
Yeah.
Logan Webb. Everyone else, not so much. It was nice to see Harrison go 6 the other day, but that was a rough 6 too.
What do you mean, Dan? I'm living in the past. What am I? I'm not sure what that comment means.
But if you're going to go to 2010, we're supposed to have talking about how I guess the people.
Oh, the playoffs. Maybe the playoff pitcher. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy watching a team sub 500 be in the playoff hunt, I mean,
would you say the Giants pitching in 2010 was better than the pitching of 2024? You think it's the same, better, or worse?
Yeah, I mean,
I would argue that 2010 roster was a little bit deeper, a little bit more potent.
I just think the game's watered down, and it's hard to enjoy a team that is so up and down. They don't, you watch good teams play night in and night out, and you're going to have bad games, but you're going to consistently. When the Giants need to play, the Giants, in my view, should be a 555 ball club every year. You know how many wins it takes to be at 555?
Yeah. Oh, what is it? What did we say? It was they got to go like what is that? 58 or 56 and something or other, right?
Yeah, 50. They had to play 570 ball or something.
Yeah, the 570 balls. What you said they had to play. Yeah,
that was what Marty said the other night. Just to get to like 83 wins.
Come on, that's tough. Because the Giants haven't shown that yet. They haven't even. They've shown that they could get one game over 500, right?
One or two is. I think they got two over
somewhere around there.
But I'll say this. Giants should be a 555 club. Pretty much. The Giants in this market, in this day and age of baseball, where there are very few spenders, the Giants should be a 555 ball club. I would say 8 out of 10 years. And you know what it takes to be at 555 ball club? 89 wins. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll even settle for 554. 88 wins. Get me 88 wins on an annual basis.
Okay, hold on.
And that's 14 games over 500. You should be able to put together. Why do the Dodgers consistently go 20 plus games over 500 since 2013? It's like ridiculous.
Let's take a look at this real quick here. Right here. Let's see. Interesting. So you said they should out of 8 out of if you're just using 10 seasons, 8 out of 10 should be 550 ball, correct?
Yeah.
Let's look at what Farhan has done and let's just use the 5 years that have been completed. How many times did they go over 89 wins?
Once.
Granted, 2020.
Just take 88. Just call it 88 wins. That's 554.
Okay.
80. Wait, let me do the math here real quick. I'm pretty sure that 88 wins is 88. Yeah, 543 ball. And if 87 is 537. So 87, 88 wins. Go back to 1997. Start there.
Go 1997?
Yeah, give me 97. Give me Sabian's first 8 seasons.
Here we go.
No, start in 96.
96. Here we go. 68 wins.
95.
67 wins.
Okay, 95. And then go to 97. The introduction of
90 wins.
Brian Sabian.
560 ball or 550 ball.
556, 546, 531, 599, 556, 590, 621, 562. 8
straight years. And then we had the lean years, right?
Yeah.
But then what happened in 2009?
88, 92, 86, 94, 13 was down, 88, 84, 87.
Yep.
Okay, hey, Spicy, you're going to have to stop snoring, okay, girl? Come on. We're live, girl.
Yes,
we're live.
We are.
We're live. She doesn't know that we're live. Aaron says, hey, what happened to flex funding in the corner? Well, we'll be working on that. We had to adjust.
Yeah, we'll work on it. Yeah.
We had to adjust it tonight for the new sponsor.
Yep.
So we didn't have time to
get flex funding in there. We'll get it in there. It's probably going to have to go in the bottom corner somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. Or we can move NorCal Sports down to the bottom right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, one way or the other. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
The Giants played well today, and they played well
they did.
yesterday, and they played well on Wednesday, the final game in Arizona.
Mhm.
So they put together 3 solid games in a row. They haven't made mistakes. They're hitting the ball, getting some timely hits. Pitching's been good. So you would expect them to win these games. They gave up 3 runs on Wednesday, and then what did they give up yesterday? 2? 5. They won 5-2, and then only 1 today. So 3-2-1. So tomorrow, if the trend continues, Keaton Wynn will throw a shutout.
And they're facing their Rangers when being pretty depleted.
Yeah,
right? They don't have Josh Young. They don't have Evan Carter. They don't have
Corey Seager.
Exactly. So,
but here's the move I think happens overnight or tomorrow. You'll wake up to the fact that Keaton Wynn has been activated, and I believe Casey Schmidt will be outrighted, sent down to AAA, Sacramento. That is my call. I'm sticking with it. It's one of 3 people. It's either Schmidt or Bishop or Wisely.
You mean Brooks?
Brooks, I mean, not Bishop. Brooks. Okay. One, I don't think it's Fitzgerald because he's played today and yesterday.
Yep.
So they're not going to send him down. Casey sat 3 days in a row.
Yep.
And it's the same thing that happened to Luciano. So the moral of the story is don't screw it up in the infield or you get benched. I want to see the veterans get treated this way too, though.
Hey, Michael, I get what you're saying here. He goes, Giants are depleted too, but who are they depleted from? For position players. Ahmed?
Yeah, I got it,
Wade?
Giovanni. It was a slip. Brooks, I got it. Yeah. Eric corrected me, as a good co-host would do.
Sorry about that, Benz. There we go. Got the right guy. My bad, Benz. You'll be back in 10 minutes. Sorry about that, buddy.
5.
Is it 5? 5 minutes. Sorry about that, Benz. Friendly fire, man.
Friendly fire. What happened?
But yeah, come on. I mean, Giants are really depleted other than Wade.
What did
pitching? Well, you could say that with the Rangers too. Scherzer's out. DeGrom is out.
What did Giovanni do to get the axe?
Just give him the timeout.
Oh.
Just come on, dude. That's dumb. I already said, hey, it was Brooks and whatever. You're dumb.
Maybe he was typing and it went through later or something.
Well, for me, no excuses. He's on thin ice. It's only a timeout. It's 5 minutes. We didn't ban him.
Be careful, man. Everybody's got their guys. They're ready to fire on.
Yeah, I know, man. Goodness gracious. It's just dumb. If that's the point you're going to make, that's just dumb. Come on, man.
Boy, my Elliot Ramos tweets are getting some movement on
which
X.
one? The one you did with the article from Baggerly?
No, mostly I always believed in Elliot Ramos, but he was never given a fair shot to think he would still be rotting in AAA if not for all the injuries. Farhan,
can we all agree to that? Can we all agree on that? That if it wasn't for the injuries, Ramos would still be languishing in AAA. They wouldn't have given him a shot.
You know it. Why would they have?
Exactly. But of course, people are going to come to the rescue of Farhan. Oh, it was Farhan. No, it is not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because let's think about this, guys. What did Farhan say at the end of the season press conference? He said, I wish I played Ramos more. So he had the opportunity right off the bat to begin the season. What did they have the opportunity to do? To give him more playing time. Bo, what did they do 2 weeks into spring training, Dan?
Send him down.
Send him. They gave him the heave-ho.
Yeah.
Right off the rip. So don't tell me they believed in him. They sent him down. He should have started with the team. That tells you how much faith they had in him. They had to wait for an injury. And I will still say this. Yes, Slater had an okay game, but would I still play him over Matos? No. I would still have Matos over Slater. They're going to go through their ups and downs. It's going to happen. But Matos's upside is so much greater than Slater's. We all know what Slater brings to the table.
Very much true. Yep. So
Giants are fortunately they don't rely on one player. Well, guess what, Robert? They did today. They did today. And Soler, another 0-4. Whew. But he's finding a swing. How many times have I heard that?
Yep.
He's finding a swing. Another 0-4 with 2 strikeouts.
Yep. Very much so. Yep.
At the end of the day, Farhan made the move on Ramos is on fire. Of course he made the move. What else is he going to do? He had injuries. Who else is he going to bring up?
Who's saying this?
DJ Venus.
Didn't they Farhan made the move and Elliott is on? Yeah. The point is, guys, is that
he didn't bring him up because of his merit.
Yeah, he brought him up because they had no other.
Someone got hurt. That's the only reason.
He brought him up, and we were saying he needed to be brought up when Slater was struggling, but they wouldn't bring him up.
We're the only ones that
he was hitting over 300.
Exactly. And you know what? I guarantee you he was this close to being sent down. If he didn't play so well, he would have been sent down. Wait a second. Let me think about this. Ramos. Who's Ramos again? What is he? What is he part of?
What part of the kids?
What is Ramos part of again? I can't remember. You guys have to jog my memory. I can't remember what Ramos is part of. There's a couple of guys that are in the same boats. What was it again? Come on, chat. Help me out. I'm trying to remember. What could it be? Marquette and Echo. That's right. The kids. There we go. Part of the kids. We've been saying it from the very beginning right here on NorCal Sports Network. Overrated video. Hey, that's fine. No big deal. I'm not trying to win a freaking Emmy. I'm just trying to win a Jimmy. Come on, man. We're the only ones that have been out there calling for this from the very beginning. Nobody else. Everybody else wanted the vets. Everybody else wanted Slater. Everybody else wanted Yaz. We're the only ones out here saying, hey, bring these guys. People were happy with Ahmed. You know, Ahmed, yeah, defensively fine, but his bat wasn't going to play. Come on. Bishop, 3 for 3 with a home run in Sacramento. There you go. Another kid soon to be added to the video. Schmidt, I wish, he actually produced when he was up here. He didn't do too bad. It sucks to see him go down, but unfortunately, he's the odd man out.
Yep. I think he goes tomorrow. Yep.
It's probably going to happen. And then when Ahmed comes up, then who goes down? Probably who? Probably Fitzgerald. Wisely's the lefty. All right.
It depends on how White Fitzgerald plays. Gives them.
Who else are they going to send out? Then who did they send down? Brooks. But they need
They need another first baseman, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't put Flores out there every day.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Fitzgerald. There's just no room.
Probably.
They're going to send down Ramos? I would be surprised. Yeah, problem is they got no other first baseman, Glenn. That's the only problem. He'll be sticking around for a while. Yeah, Bochy. Well, Bochy's missing a lot of guys too, man. Key guys. I mean, Josh Young, Evan Carter, and Corey Seager. Those aren't exactly 4A players. They're pretty damn good players. They helped them win a damn World Series last year. So they're missing some key pieces. So
Yeah, yeah. What is this? What are your thoughts on Mary's questions? Marty put his answer to Dan on they couldn't fire Farhan with Gabe made no sense. Okay. What is this? What was your thoughts on Marty's questions? I respect Marty, but his answers to Dan on why they couldn't fire Farhan with Gabe. I think the answer really was that they didn't have anybody in place ready to go. Sounds like, you really, when you're going to start all over, you gotta, you only got basically a month to get things up and going before, the meetings start. I mean, the season ends, and then as soon as the playoffs end, free agency, as soon as World Series is over, which is right around the 1st of November, season ends the end of September, 1st of October. You got to be ready in place. And sounds like the Giants didn't prepare. They weren't prepared.
No, they weren't
prepared because had they been prepared, they could have been doing some private things a month or two they could have been spending August and September finding a replacement. But it just goes to show you Farhan didn't have his finger on the pulse of exactly what was going on with the club. He's the guy that did nothing and got AJ Pollock. He's the guy that hired Gabe Kapler. He's the guy that didn't improve the club. He's the guy that loved Kapler, who went with Kapler in after Bochy against most people's better judgment. But said he was going to go with him because that's all he knew. He didn't know anybody else. Knew Kapler from his Dodger days. And, he was interviewing other people. Kapler gets fired by the Phillies during the interview process, and everything dropped, and he hires Kapler. He wanted Kapler. And, Kapler had one good season, magical season where everything went great. And Giants, probably one of the worst things that happened to the Giants organization was that 21 season, because had it just been a 500 season, the Giants probably would have moved off of Kapler and Farhan after the 22 season, and for sure after the 23 season,
right?
But Farhan's living off of those of 21. Now, Farhan, to his defense, he has made some decent draft picks. Some haven't gone his way with injuries. No fault to Farhan. You can't fault him for Bishop and Bednar. Those guys got hurt and haven't been able to get healthy and big leagues, but I think those were two big league players. He did have a good 2020 draft. He got Bailey and Harrison and Schmidt. What year did he pick up Fitzgerald? Was he in that 2020 draft?
I'm not sure. I can't remember when he was.
He might have been in that 20 draft too. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody could check that out while we're when Fitzgerald was drafted. Looks like he had a good draft last year with Eldridge, Walker, and several others. He's picked up Landon Roop and Carson Wisenhunt. There's been some good guys that Farhan has drafted, but you can't wait around just because those guys have been drafted and say they're going to be a success, so we're going to keep Farhan. I mean, we all know what happened to Bobby Evans. He was under when Ramos was drafted in 7.
Right. And they gave him the heave-ho after 3 years.
Yeah. Why did they give Bobby Evans the heave-ho? Because they wanted to go all analytics because they thought that they were light years behind the Dodgers and that they were going to catch the Dodgers.
Oh, Dan, you got to bring up that. Can you bring up that article, by the way? Because you have to bring up on Reader of that the article that you posted in your tweet talking about Farhan being able to analyze talent. That said it right in the very beginning of the article. And I was like, wow, what is this coming from?
Sorry, Dan, it was 19. Okay, so Fitzgerald was drafted in 19, but that was also Farhan. That was his first draft, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, which article are we talking about?
The one you posted on your tweet. It said New York Times, but it was actually Andy Baggerly's Athletic article.
Oh, let's see if I can find it.
If you could find, yeah, because I don't know if you could do it on your laptop or not. Because
Just pull it up on my tweet.
Yeah, but it's going to give me that you're not a paid subscriber of New York Times. That's the problem.
I'm not either. I'm a athletic guy. It should be able to pull up from.
Oh,
Can you pull?
Let's see if it'll work.
Were you able to read the article?
Yeah, I had to do reader only though on my phone. Hold on, let's see if I can get it.
Can we play a home run call in Yankee Stadium at all? Or are we able to do that from John?
I don't know. Is this going to work? There it went. Create a free account. So if you could do it, if you could get onto the Athletic then and log in, and you could be able to. I can read it for you if you don't want to read, but
yeah, I get my head starting to hurt here again.
If you don't want to do it, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cool down here.
All right, what do we got here? While you're finding, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. We could have had the next young great manager, Stephen Vogt. I don't think Stephen Vogt was going to come here, man. I don't think he was going to come here. He had a choice of whether or not he wanted to come here or not, and he probably just chose not to. Probably felt like he wanted to go somewhere else.
I don't know if he had a choice, because once Melvin became available, it was Melvin's job.
Bobby Evans was horrible. He made awful contracts and he did absolutely nothing. Giovanni, dude. Did he make great moves? No, but you know what? Yeah, I'll give it for him. He tried to win. He went out and got Andrew McCutchen, right? Who else did he try to get? There was someone. Oh, didn't he get Longoria? If I'm not mistaken, I think Giovanni, he always talk about Longoria and how great he is. I think he used to say that. I'm almost positive. Didn't he get Longoria? Bobby Evans? Pretty sure he did. Or was it Bobby Evans? Was it Bobby Evans or was it Sabian? Don't get me wrong. He had his issues. I'm not saying that Bobby Evans isn't without fault, but hey, he tried. He tried with the farm system that they had. No one knew at that time when they traded. Who did they trade? Who did they trade to get McCutchen? I'm trying to remember.
They traded Brian Reynolds.
That's what it was. It was Brian Reynolds. And at that time, Brian Reynolds wasn't even.
And Kyle Crick. Kyle Crick.
And Kyle Crick. But at that time, he wasn't even like a highly touted prospect, talking about Brian Reynolds. But you were getting Andrew McCutchen. Come on. At least he went for it. You can't blame him for that, right?
There's your article.
Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Where are we at here? Where does it say this? Scroll down a little bit more. This is back in 2018. Let's see. Nope, keep going down. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Wait, go up. Where the heck was it that where he said that?
What were you trying to? What he said? What?
Talking about? I think it's higher. It's further towards the beginning. Talking about Farhan.
Let me see something. This one?
No, wasn't that? Was it? No, not that one. Oh, so yeah, scroll up. There we go. Zaidi's sharp and unconventional eye for talent is the reason the Giants gave him a 5-year contract and organizational juice to reimagine their franchise. And by all accounts, that eye for talent extends beyond the foul lines. And that's when he's talking about hiring his scientists.
Yeah, and he moved off of John Barr.
Who did he draft?
Posey. He drafted Webb. He drafted Crawford. These were the guys, and Panic and Belt and Zach Wheeler, who got traded. Also was responsible for Elliot Ramos.
How about that? Look at Giovanni. That's why Giants hired Farhan in the first place, to clean up Evans' mess. Hey, what has Farhan given you, Giovanni? What has he given you in the last 5 years? I'm not going to count this year because this season isn't done yet. What is he giving you in 5 years under Farhan?
Yeah, John
Giovanni,
Barr
dude.
was Hall of Famer.
He was
They
a Hall of Famer.
basically
Yep.
moved off of him because, he had a few bad drafts at the end. Only Ramos hit in the last 5 years. But, not everybody, it's tough, but we'll see what they do going forward. I mean, it's going to be, Barr came in 2008. That was his first year. He was actually with the Dodgers, was with the Orioles also. But he didn't have very good drafts at the end the last 4 or 5 years. Did draft Elliot Ramos, so 19th overall, which if you look at that 2019 draft, it wasn't that great. It really wasn't that great, It's interesting, Eric, because when we look at the draft, I mean the 17 draft, it actually had some pretty interesting. Jim Callis actually gives us a kind of a rundown of each pick. Look at some of these names in the draft, and not many really hit, though. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Royce Lewis,
2017.
2017. Royce Lewis, Hunter Green, he's with the Reds. Mackenzie Gore. So the first 3 hit. Brandon McKay.
Never heard of him.
He made it for a little bit. Doesn't that much.
Kyle Wright.
Nothing. 6. Austin Beck.
Don't know.
Nope.
Pavin Smith. There you go.
He's done. He hit one out the other day against the Giants. Adam Heasley of the Phillies. Nothing there. Keston Hira.
He had a moment.
Hasn't really done much. Adele. Jordan Adele with the Angels right now. In fact, see what he's doing tonight.
Scott Fowler donates $2. Thank you, sir. Keith Snyder was the scout. That's red for Webb. That's red for Webb. I guess, is that who found Webb? I'm guessing. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. According to the article, it was.
He also found Kyle Harrison talking about Keith Snyder.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to the article, Webb.
Good knowledge.
Webb was with, but maybe that was just some of their picks. So I'm not sure. Jake Berger with the Marlins, drafted by the White Sox at 11. Shane Baz.
Never heard of him.
Trevor
Rogers.
Nick Prado.
Nope.
JB Busakis.
That looks like a football name, right?
Yeah. Listen to Jim. What's his name?
Callis.
Callis. I want to say Callis. Callis. What he said about Adele. High school. This is a classic high risk, high reward pick. Adele has the best combination of power potential, speed, and arm strength in the draft. There are some questions about his swing and miss tendencies, which is why he didn't go even higher. But if he hits, he'll be a star, and he's swung and missed a lot as a pro. But we get up here. So these are the guys that, got picked. Clark Schmidt. And isn't that who's their closer, the Yankees, right now?
No, it's Clay Holmes.
Clay Holmes, right? Yeah, Clark Schmidt had a moment, didn't he?
I think so.
Evan White, nothing there. Tigers, Alex Fado, nothing there. And then Elliot Ramos. I saw Ramos put on an absolute show at the Under Armour All-America game at Wrigley Field last summer. Gosh, he was only 16 or 17 too. He has one of the better power speed combinations in the draft, but there are more mixed opinions on him than most of the players taken ahead of him. Some teams saw him as a first-round talent, while others worried about his hitting ability. Okay.
There you go.
And then you look at the guys taken after. Nobody really stood out. I mean, Dodgers, Jaron Kendall didn't make it, right?
Nope. Tanner Houck.
Tanner Houck has done okay.
Hauk?
Seth Romero, isn't he the closer for the Blue Jays?
I think you're no.
That's not him. That's Romano. I'm sorry.
Romano.
Yeah, that's Romano. Bubba
Bubba.
Thompson.
Bubba.
Little. Nate Pearson. Christopher Cease. Alex Lang. I mean, I think there was somebody in the competitive that hit Drew Rasmus.
Jeter Downs.
Nobody. Brent Rooker with the Twins, 35th. Now with the A's. Stewie Fairchild. Oh, the Padres, 39th. Louis Camposano. Just looking. Gavin
Spencer
Sheets.
Howard.
Yeah, the Phillies, 45.
Gavin Sheets. Didn't he hit a I think he hit a home run yesterday or something, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. But you know,
against
baseball is
today.
really tough. Look at all these guys. Out of 70 guys that we've looked at here, 67 on one hand we're talking about probably, right? That have made it. So it's not like the Giants are the only team that misses.
There we go. There's Clark Schmidt, 5-3 with 2.52 ERA with the Yanks.
Okay, yeah. I thought he was doing okay. Yeah, it's hard to remember all these guys, but yeah, it's really it makes it, you know, when you hit like the Giants did, you know, with Kane, and I think Kane was like 02 draft. And then he was a high schooler, and then trying to remember the drafts, all of them, but Lincecum was Lincecum like 06, 07, I think.
Somewhere around there, right? And he was up pretty quick.
Yeah, and then you had Posey 08 and Crawford in the 08. Was Belt 09, I think?
I think so. What's up, Body?
Yeah, so you had a lot of these guys really all click and contributed to 2 or 3 World Series championships. And you know, hey, it's really tough in
no
sports to win a World Series championship. You know, only one team makes it. You just want to be in more of a contention when you're a major market. I mean, imagine, you know, if you're like the Royals. What are the Royals? They had one in 14 and 15, right? They made the World Series 2 years in a row.
Yeah, made it in 14, won it in 15. Yeah.
And then we haven't heard from them until this year.
Correct.
And we didn't hear from them for years before.
Correct.
From like, when was the last
1985 or something like that? Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you're in one of those markets, or you're in Pittsburgh, or you're in, you know, just some of these smaller market clubs. It's really tough.
It is.
And then, but if you're a major market like the Giants,
you should be in it every damn year, man. Right?
Yeah. Asking what Barr does now. You know, Barr, I believe, is a executive something, reports to president of baseball ops or something with the Giants. Don't know what, if anything, he does. Some people said, somebody on Twitter said he's out there still doing some scouting. Only news that I saw was from the beat reporters that said he was, you know, basically gone, and that as the head of scouting.
Basically, he's filling the same role that like Dusty Baker and Sabian were doing before Sabian left.
Yeah.
Just a figurehead. Sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Could be wrong.
So, yeah. Point is that
good point there. It's not a milk dud. Says if Farhan was ignoring Sabian, he's damn sure going to ignore Barr. Hey, Safi wants to know if you're going to head down to the ACL and check out any games.
You know, I may do that. Man, I don't even know what time they play these games. It's so hot. What do they start them at 6 in the morning? I don't know.
I know, right?
I'm not sure. Hold on one sec. I got to check something out. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Let's see. Dan, that's what you have to say. At least we aren't Pittsburgh. Yeah, pretty much. 6 p.m. during the week, Dan. That's what Mark says. That's pretty damn warm still.
What time? 6 p.m.?
6 p.m.
Wow.
Woo! Better take a lot of water. Yeah, Robbie Ray, he's just down there getting work, though. It's not going to be anything fantastic. He's just trying to get work in. That's all. Look, I'm not going to put anything in what Robbie Ray does against the ACL or even AAA. I mean, he's just out there to get work, to get his arm built up, and to get ready to come up to the major leagues. See how he does. Eric will have an event. Going to try to get him on next week. We'll see what happens. He's a busy guy. Look at that. Mitchell and Ness. I like that. Agreed. Giants should be the West Coast Yankees, but Dodgers have filled that role. Yes, they have. I mean, I don't understand. Look, I'm not saying that you need to go out and spin to spin's sake, but you got to go out there and be able to get some better talent that lasts for a while, not putting it together year by year. And I think we can all agree that this year, the reason why Farhan went out and spent as much as he did was because his job's on the line. You think he's comfortable doing that type of stuff? No way. How are the Astros? Are they good? Here, let's take a look. I know they were starting to come around. Let's see what their last 10 are. Houston Astros. They're 29-35. They've on a 1-game winning streak. In the last 10, they're 5-5. Playing 453 ball right now. So we'll see what happens. You gotta be careful with those guys, though. I think the Giants are gonna miss Kyle Tucker because I think he went on the IL for a shin contusion.
Yeah, they're getting really lucky. They missed Seager. Now they're gonna miss Tucker.
Yeah, you still got Jordan. You still got Bregman. You still got Pena. So they still got some. Dubon coming back, right, to San Francisco? Safi says, Eric, this is going to sound messed up, but we really need Soler to get the Mitch Haniger injury from last year. Oh, dear God, man. Oh, brother. I don't know, man. I keep hearing his swing's getting close. We're June 8th, soon to be June 9th. Still not looking good, man. I don't know what it is. Something's definitely wrong.
Who's this?
Soler.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how much longer do you keep? I guess you got to keep doing it. You spent the money on him, so I guess you got to keep doing that. Niner Empire says, Baseball America released their top 100 prospects 4 days ago. Dodgers had more than any with 10. 10! The Giants only have 1. Matos is ranked 57. That is insane.
Wow.
And and here's the thing, and I've said this, and Marty said it on the show a couple of days ago. What is the purpose of those prospects, especially when you have 10 of them in the top 100? What is the biggest thing that clubs use for these prospects? Yes, they use them to build the roster, but they use it as a form of currency to go out and get major league talent. That's what they do. And that's why the Dodgers they're able to look at this. The Dodgers consistently will trade their prospects to get MLB talent. And yet they still, yes, alive, exactly, trades, but they still are able to draft guys who are going to be in the top 100. The Giants can't. That's an issue. Prospects are assets, absolutely, and you got to look at it that way.
No Bryce Eldridge in that top 100?
Doesn't look like it. And they said 4 days ago, Baseball America. Then again, I don't know how valid Baseball America is.
Pretty good. There you
go.
They're pretty
4
good.
days ago, 10. Dodgers had 10. Giants have 1. I mean, that's just
But they might. I wonder. Starting to wonder that they're on this paid by the Dodgers. Come on,
The Dodgers know how to draft, though. I mean, is that what it is?
10-1.
Does it surprise you though? Because the Dodgers have always drafted well.
How many do the Orioles have? Does it say or
let's look. I don't know if we can. Do we have to subscribe to it or something to see the list?
Mm-hmm.
No,
okay, I think so. I know you have. It's a subscription only.
Hey Niner, to see that top 100, do you have to have a subscription or do they just list it? I don't care about the in-depth reporting on them. I just want to know the list. Here, let me just Google it. Baseball 100, top 100. Baseball America, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Here it is. Let's see. Top 100. Here we go. Do we have to? Yep, you do. There's the top. I don't care, but I want to know the top 100. Yeah. Oh, well. I do not have a subscription to Baseball America. Hey, you bet, Ryan. Glad to help out any way we can. And yes, Ramos is on fire. Let him keep it up, man. You know, and what I'm seeing is he's putting up some good at bats. It's not just he's going out there, you know, willy-nilly swinging and making contact. He's actually having some really good at bats. I want to keep seeing that. Look, is he going to be on fire for no? He's not going to. He's going to go through a phase. Absolutely. Soler's got to go. 100%. Soler's got to go. Come on, man. How much longer do you have to go? I mean, we're getting. I ain't going to say deep, but the season's progressed, and you should be doing something by now. It's behind the paywall, but you can ask Chat GPT. Good old AI. Good old AI.
Well, does Lamont Wade have to go before the trade deadline? I would say this. If the Giants, I don't think you're going to probably ever have a better value. And I've said this for a couple weeks now about Lamont Wade. I don't think his value is ever going to be as high as it is now. He was having a fantastic season before the hammy. And if he could come back and take off, start up where he left off, you know, for the trade deadline, and the Giants are just like hanging around and not doing much more than what they've been doing. This is a chance for the Giants to really load up with some prospects. You've got Wade would bring you some prospects, or a prospect that's pretty good prospect. Trying to think of anybody else, you know, besides the main guys that would bring you prospects, you know, Webb and Duvall and Harrison and Hicks and those guys. But what did Morrissey say on KMBR the other day? You heard it. I didn't hear all of it.
Yeah, he was here. Let me bring it up. I could find it.
Yeah, why are you bringing that up? Because I didn't hear that. I'd love to hear what he had to say.
Yeah.
You know, he's a respected baseball writer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you know, a homer, not bought and paid for by the Giants.
Right.
You know, he's not one of the local beat writers that, you know, is in love with Austin Slater. So I would say that you've got
come on, man,
other prospects. You know, I don't think Marco Luciano is a guy the Giants should give up on. He was the number 2 prospect international prospect when they signed him. That was a coup that Bobby Evans was able to pull off. Bobby Evans and John Barr at the time was international. The fact that Luciano was that high, and he's only 22, got to realize he's been slowed down by some injuries. But if he's healthy, the back's healthy, he's a guy that can mash the ball. Imagine if, I heard Cody say something last night, and I thought, that's a good point. If you got a guy like Luis Robert, and then you had Luciano, and then if you could go out and sign a Juan Soto because you got a Luis Robert, that would turn the franchise around just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I got a Juan Soto for 10 years, I do something to bring the right center field in a little bit, just to make it more exciting. I don't need triples alley. Just cut it off by 15 feet. Make it an exciting ballpark for guys. If you did trade for a Robert and a Soto and you had Luciano, man. While you're looking for that,
yeah, I'm listening.
I'm turn the screen off because I'm getting a headache here watching this. So, okay, Dan Cochimilio with the Krug Show. I've got Luis Matos of the San Francisco Giants, the number 3 prospect in the organization. Luis, you're out here at the Fall League. What are you trying to accomplish this season during the Fall League? What do you hope to accomplish this year?
I'm trying to figure out my swing. I've been working hard during the off season, I just try to figure out my swing, and that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, do you hope to or you think you'll be starting at AA next year? Is that the plan in Richmond?
I hope. I don't know what they do, so I'm trying to do my best here in the Fall League, so play next year.
You had a little bit of a slower start this year. Was it due to some injury that you had this year?
Yeah. I don't have my core.
Oh, your quad? Yeah.
And that affected a little bit my swing. So.
Great. Well, I was watching you today. You got a great swing and you got some speed. Do you like playing center field or a corner position, left or right more?
I like more center field.
More center field? You feel comfortable there? What do you think is the biggest strength of your game? Is it your bat speed, the power, or is it hit to all fields? What?
I feel like I can hit. I can do everything on the field. So I can hit the ball with power. I can run. I can play good defense. So I know that I can do everything on the field.
Great. Well, I wish you the best. Hoping to see you up in San Francisco in a couple of years, and we'll be watching for you. Thank you. All right, Luis Matos there. As Eric is looking for, forgot what it was. What was it you're looking for, Eric? You muted, Eric?
Oh. Morosi. Trying to find a Morosi. Hold on, what's up here?
Okay. There? All right, keep looking. There, I'm filling in with some other stuff here, guys. I've got kind of a headache and a little bit of dizziness from hitting my head yesterday. So bear with me while I pull up some interviews just to fill the dead air here. Don't want to bore you guys to death. So we'll We've got some interviews that are in here that are queued up. Some are not. Some I have to go look for. But let me see if here's one with Casey Schmidt a year ago. Okay, here with Giants third base. Let's get rid of that. We got music in there. I don't want to get the background music we get dinged for. With YouTube, AI goes in and doesn't. So let's see what else we got here. How about a call from San Diego in 2022? I was at the ball game. Here it is in San Diego. Dan Cochimilio here reporting live for the Krug Show at Petco Park in San Diego. The Giants and Padres are all knotted up at 1 in the top of the 8th. Jock Peterson on first and Wilmer Flores the batter. The 0-2 pitch. Flores takes low 1-2. Giants have been in a funk for weeks now. They've got to do something. Got to rally. Does Gabe try and get something going by sending Peterson to stay out of a double play? Just to wake this club up. Got to do something. Flores the bat. Oh, almost throws it away. Something going on over there on the first base side of the field. There's something going on in the stands. I don't know exactly what that is. Okay, Garcia gets set. He looks in. The 1-2 pitch to Flores. There's a drive, deep left field. That thing's got a chance. Is it the wall? Gone! A 2-run homer, Wilmer Flores, and the Giants lead it 3-1. Just what the Giants needed.
Wow.
Well,
That ballpark was packed, huh?
it was. It was packed.
Woo.
2022, Rodon pitched that game, and the Giants were on a big losing streak, and he shut it down.
Wow. No usher telling you to be quiet. Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go. Here's Morrissey on KMBR. I'll try to get to the spot.
Very good.
A 3-2 game that takes 3.5, but it should still be a pretty good matchup there in London this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw the Phillies and the Yankees. They were on the Giants' last homestand, and you're talking about far and away the two best teams in baseball. They both have the same record at 44-19, and then you have the Dodgers, who are 38-25, and they're underachieving a little bit lately. But just a word overall about the top of baseball, and the Braves with their injuries aren't quite there. How much of a distance is there between the Yankees, the Phillies, and the Dodgers and the rest of baseball, do you think, JP?
Well, it's significant, and I would actually include the Guardians in there, too. They've played excellent baseball, and certainly in the American League Central, we've had 4 teams up above 500 up until last night, I believe, which is pretty unique in terms of how good the AL Central has been. But you're right, and I think this has dramatic ramifications for the sport and also specifically the trade deadline and how you as a team determine and judge a good season. And I think the Giants are front and center in that regard. Look at the team, obviously, but even before this losing streak, in their most honest moments. We all watch the games. Do I see any path in which the Giants finish ahead of the Dodgers this year? The answer to that is no for me. I just don't see it. And so as a result, you then ask the question, if you're Farhan Zaidi, if you're Pete Putila, you're running the Giants, what then is your obligation? Is your obligation to try your best to put together a winning record, which puts you in the wild card conversation? Or is it your obligation to build for the future and in some way, shape, or form find a way
Thank you,
to build a
JP.
roster that can someday beat the Dodgers? And I think that's
He's had
where
5
you've got
years.
a lot of teams
On year 6.
stuck in the middle. The Blue Jays are another case of this. And that's where, I don't know, should the Giants call up the Blue Jays and say, listen, I like Bo Bichette. He would make our team better. I realize he's a free agent after 2025, but I think I've got a way to make a competitive team in 2025. So if I'm the Giants, do I sell off my pending free agents now and then go in there and get Bo for a year and a half? I think those types of conversations, it's just made a lot of really, really tough calls for a lot of teams that are on the bubble. The Tigers are getting better, but they're not quite there yet. What do they do? The Twins, who I'll see tonight, how all in should they be? They're not as good as the Yankees. They're not as good as the Orioles. A team that I think is actually should be as all in as anybody else in the entire sport is Seattle, to get a bat, because their pitching is that good. Their offense is one of the worst in the game, but their pitching is dominant. So if they just get one bat, if they find a way to get Pete Alonso away from the Mets or Vladimir Guerrero Jr. away from Toronto, they could be a special team that spoils everything for the Yankees and the Orioles in the American League playoffs. So I think you're spot on that because there is such a 2-tiered, or let's say a 3-tiered approach. There's the elite, there's everybody in the middle, and there's the White Sox and the Marlins at the bottom. I think that we've got to think about how you act when you're in that vast middle ground that I think covers a lot of teams right now.
That's a great point. John Morosi is joining us, MLB Network tonight. Twins at Yankees. Make sure you check it out with Matt Vasgersian, Dan Plesac, and John Morosi on the call for Twins and Yankees from the stadium tonight. On the other side, you're just talking about these elite teams, but then the Giants find themselves with a group of teams, and we'll take the Braves out of it, but from the Cubs to the Padres, the Cardinals, the Giants, the Pirates, the Diamondbacks, the Reds, the Nationals, on down the line, they're all kind of bunched together. So who is realistic? Because like you said, at the bottom, you've got, a team like the Marlins, they know they're out of it. The White Sox know they're out of it. But it's tough at the deadline because there's a lot of teams who think to themselves, geez, we're this close if we added a guy. So what's that going to be like around trade deadline time?
Well, you're exactly right. And I go back, if you recall, the year when the Giants kept Bumgarner. They probably should have traded him. They would have been able to get some value for him. But that was an ownership level decision that they said, we think we're a competitive team. We believe that we can at least put a good product on the field to bring our fans into the ballpark for the next couple of months. I actually think the Giants, I know they caught a lot of criticism maybe last offseason. They obviously missed on Yamamoto and Ohtani. But they did, I think, a very admirable job of building out their roster with some of the moves they made in the offseason, and I think adding guys at a reasonable cost. It's just that Soler hasn't really hit. Obviously, Chapman, I think, has been a little bit better of late. They really missed not having Jung-Hoo Lee on the field, and obviously his numbers weren't great, but he was still an exciting player, and having him injured, I think, was a real detriment. And, of course, the Snell injury is something that, candidly, we all probably should have seen coming. You look at Jordan Montgomery, how much he's struggling right now with the Diamondbacks. So there's spending, which I think the Giants did and should have done, but you almost have to look at the results in context. They did a good job of pivoting once they didn't get Ohtani and Yamamoto, but I don't really look at this team and see they're about to make a playoff run. I look at this team and say, you did a good job of bringing some players in at what seemed to be short-term reasonable contracts. Could you maybe trade one of them to maybe get a little bit younger and better? The team, though, in San Diego, it seems to be conceding nothing, and A.J. Preller is as keen to make a deal as he's ever been. So it's a difficult set of circumstances right now. The Giants, like a lot of teams I'm talking about, especially the Blue Jays, they don't have a great option in front of them. The one interesting thing is, I know Wade is out right now. I'm a big Lamont Wade Jr. fan. And if he comes back healthy and is able to rebuild his value, he is someone that actually, for all the talk around Vlad Guerrero Jr., Lamont Wade Jr. is a better player since the start of last year than Vlad Guerrero Jr. if you look at a lot of the metrics, including wins above replacement. So if I'm the Giants and if I'm not in it, I would see what I could get for Lamont Wade Jr. at a time where a lot of teams need power at that position. I think he's a fabulous player. that we don't talk about enough.
Wow, you're going the other way and saying they're going to sell off. I understand what you're saying with San Diego, a Rise acquisition, but they're 32 and 33. They've lost 4 in a row, and the Giants are right behind them at 30 and 33. And you don't have to beat the Dodgers over 162 games. You just have to beat them in a short series in October, which has been proven that Philadelphia, they didn't beat them head to head, but they did get to the World Series, and likewise with Arizona. How about if we take it the other way? And Lamont's got a hamstring, and it's grade 2, and it's 4 weeks. We're 1 week into it. That could linger or be a problem. You mentioned Bad Vlad. David Stearns and the Mets. It seems like now is the time to trade Pete Alonso. But what if the Giants wanted to go the other way, JP, and not sell but buy? What are you hearing on the polar bear?
Well, I do think that he'll be available. The question is to what price, and where I think the teams that are making the offers to the Mets. This is now getting into the 3-dimensional chess here of the way this all plays out. If the Mets keep Alonso and offer him the qualifying offer and then don't sign him, they would only get back a 4th-round draft pick because they are a payor into the revenue sharing system. So that is their penalty for being a big spender, is you don't get the high draft pick. And so the teams know this. They say, wait a minute, if you don't think you can sign him, and his representation is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Scott Boras in Newport Beach, California. So if you don't think you can sign him,
we're not going after him. Sorry, never mind.
So if you can't sign him, but here's the irony, right? Because Scott has this figured out. You say, well, okay, so walk with me on this. So if you can't sign him, then I'm not going to give you my best prospect, because I know that you eventually the details of the market would dictate to me that you're going to trade him, because you got to do better than the 4th-round pick. Because you can't lose a guy who's this good and just get a 4th-rounder. So I know that you want to trade him. Not only do I know that you want to trade him, you probably can't sign him because there's no traction there in the conversation with Scott Boras. So how about this, New York Mets? Trade your guy to me. I'm going to give you not my best prospect, like my 4th or 5th best prospect, because I know that you got to unload him. Because, oh, by the way, your owner wants to make a big splash in New York, and he wants to sign the guy who's become an absolute icon in pinstripes in the first 2 months of the season, Juan Soto, whose agent is, let me check my Rolodex. Oh, yeah, Mr. Scott Boras of Newport Beach, California, same guy. So it's a pretty interesting set of circumstances where we are now, here we are in June, but don't be fooled by the calendar, my friends. We are in the first inning of the off season as well, where all these things are in play too.
Well explained. I want to mention this. You're busy tonight, of course, with Twins and Yankees, but this is pretty cool. You're hosting the official podcast of the Baseball Hall of Fame, The Road to.
So what'd you think, Dan?
Well, I agree with him.
Yep.
I mean, I'm glad to hear that my thinking is along the lines of somebody who's much more in tune with the game and sees it every day.
You kind of been saying the same thing.
Yeah. He's not biased or anything. He's just speaking as, look, people around baseball circles see the Giants as they're not going anywhere. I mean, I don't know. Gosh.
I like what he said. You see what he said, though? He made the roster moves to make the team interesting, but it's not really sustainable to make a playoff run. That's what he was saying.
Yeah. And could they get in the playoffs? Yeah.
Sure.
Could they
happen?
Maybe do something in the playoffs? Anything can happen. But what do you do if you play for the playoffs and you miss the opportunity to build your team for the future?
Correct.
And you bow out in the playoffs early.
And this is something.
Now what are you do? See, this is there's a fine line and you got to, kind of, hit the
You got to be able to navigate. Are you wanting to win in the playoffs with the current roster, or do I want to trade my valuable assets to make my team better for the future?
Right. And most people that are not part of the Giants organization that look at it objectively will say, trade off, build your future, because you don't have anything sustainable going for you. Mm-hmm. Because what you're doing is you're blocking all your prospects. Look, Chapman blocked Schmidt from playing his natural position. Jung-Hoo Lee, Conforto, and Yaz and Slater were all blocking Ramos and Matos.
Yes.
And Ahmed is blocking Luciano. They're not playing their guys to build them up. You know, yes, I understand if you play some of these guys, it's going to be a little bit
It's going to be rocky.
Going to be rocky at times. And Luciano, you're going to have to, you know, if you play him at his position, you're going to have to deal with a lot of the inconsistencies of shortstop. But you're also developing him at the plate, and you're getting him a chance to play. And, you know, maybe then you work on a position in the offseason. But the way they're doing it, I'm convinced that when Ahmed comes back, they fall back.
Yep. Paisano says, now is the time to build. Here's my problem. Isn't that the reason why the San Francisco Giants hired Farhan Zaidi? Was he not supposed to be the guy, and I say this over and over, was he not supposed to be the guy to rebuild the team without using the word rebuild? Wasn't he supposed to do that? Wasn't that his primary duty when they hired him? He was supposed to build the team. And now we're in year 6. Has he done any building?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, yeah, sure. You got Bailey. Harrison, still a question mark. We really don't know. He's still young. I give him that. But come on. This is the issue I have. People talk about wanting to rebuild now, but it should have been rebuilt starting back in 2019.
Yeah, they could have had a complete redo and got this thing going, but
They could have.
you know, blame ownership too for that.
That too. Yeah, exactly. Ownership is not out of harm's way in this. They're just as culpable as Farhan.
You know, Ramos is he untouchable, or would Farhan consider trading him? I would, you know, unless you're trading Ramos for a proven star player like a, you know, say you're getting Luis Robert back or something like that, and you don't have to give up a whole lot more, maybe Ramos you put in there. But I would like to see Ramos, and I'm glad they're giving him a shot. They're giving him a shot because he earned it, and they're only giving it to him because of the injuries. But Los and I and Eric, we've said this. Play. We wanted to see Matos play too.
Mhm.
Every day till the trade deadline. Then you can see what, you know, we saw Matos light the world on fire, become National League Player of the Week, and then he goes in a big slump because they moved him to leadoff, and they send him down.
Yep.
Well, he's not all world. He's not the National League Player of the Week guy. Nobody is. Nobody
Mhm.
plays at that level all the time. And he's not the guy that was hitting under 150 or whatever he was hitting for 50 at bats when he went into the tank. He's somewhere in the middle. And
Correct.
he showed that last year where he hit 250 his first year. I think Luis Matos can be a 275 hitter in this league. I do. I think he can be. I think Matos could give you, if you put him in the 5 slot or the 2 slot somewhere, not the leadoff, but you put him up there where men get on base and he's got runners in front of him, and you play him a full season, I think Luis Matos would hit you 272, hit 18 to 20 homers, steal 10 plus bags, and I think he would drive in 80 runs plus.
He loves it when guys are on base.
That's what I think you have in Luis Matos. But they're not going to give him the shot. I mean, I think Matos, once he figures things out and he starts laying off certain pitches and gets a little more selective, stays aggressive on his pitch, I really do. I think he's a 270 hitter. I think he's an 80-plus RBI guy, and I think he's 18 to 20 homers.
There you go. Did you see what Will Clark said? I brought that up yesterday. Matter of fact, what he had to say about Matos. How he said he was given a chance. People stuck with me. I want to see the same happen with Matos.
Yeah, I mean the Giants are just not. They're not thinking. They're you know what's killing the development of the Giants.
Let's hear
You
it.
know what? You know why Will Clark got to play and got to develop? Because there was a division winner, and they weren't winning the division in '86, and they got to develop. Was there even a wild card in '86, or was there? When did the wild card come in?
When did it start? Wasn't it the 90s? The wild card?
Yeah, it was after the Giants won 100
right 93 after the 93 season, right?
Yeah, so that's why they got to play. Baseball is ruining the development of younger kids by these 3 wild cards because it's fool's gold, and you're leaving, and the Giants are thinking they've got to make the playoffs. We're in the playoff hunt, so let's not develop. And where are teams that did say, you know what, we're not going to make the playoffs, we're just going to rebuild? The Baltimore Orioles.
Yep.
Where are they now? They're going to be in the playoffs for years to come.
Yep.
And so back in '86, there was no wild cards. You had to win the division. Giants had no shot. But you know what?
They played the kids.
And what did they do next year in '87?
Yeah, how about that?
They won the division.
The division.
Yeah, because those guys were developed. Okay? You let these guys play. You let Matos, Ramos, Schmidt play. I would let Fitzgerald play a little bit more too. I'm not a big Brett Wise. I like Brett Wisely as a kid. You know, I like him. I don't think he's an everyday player. I think you're starting to see him kind of come back down to earth a little bit, aren't we now? He was hot for a few games, and
yep.
But you don't see come on. I mean, Brett Wisely's a good young player, but you could find a Brett Wisely almost on every AAA roster.
Fair enough.
And but talented guys like Ramos and Matos, those guys can play. And so can Casey Schmidt. But Casey Schmidt, they have bungled that so bad that they messed with him so much. They've screwed his head up by moving him over to shortstop, and now they're sitting him, and they're going to send him down probably tomorrow. And
look how many Giants shortstops there have been this season so far.
Look, go out and get it. Go make a deal for shortstop. If you're not going to play Luciano, if Nick Ahmed's your shortstop, go get a shortstop because that can play solid defense and actually can hit.
Yeah, right.
But they are going to have Chapman, and you know what? I believe they're going to have Chapman next year too.
Yeah, I think they'll have Snell next year too.
I do too. Why would these guys opt out in this market? You're going to opt out. Maybe Chapman does opt out and figures it. Well, at least I'll get a 2-year deal near where I'm getting. I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
I just don't think the Giants. I think the Giants are going to be floundering for years. I still believe that. You know why? Because they're going to continue to take this same road of trying to win with mid-level free agents. And when they get hurt or they don't produce,
now you're in a hole.
Yeah. They don't even play their kids enough to
see what you have at the MLB level.
Yeah. I don't know why Brooks is on the team. I mean,
I don't understand why they didn't bring up Sable.
I don't know why they didn't bring up Sable either.
That was really
Play
strange.
him at first base. He's played first base. He's got enough experience. Play him at first. And you know what? You got Sable around. You actually have a third catcher.
Yeah.
imagine today, Melvin pinch hits Bailey for Casale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Late in the game, and he brings him in the ninth inning. Work with me here. Ninth inning, bottom of the ninth. Giants are up 3-1. Duvall walks the leadoff guy. Next guy. Nobody out. Foul tip off Bailey's mask. Bailey, dang, fresh off a concussion. I know what it's like. I barely got nicked on my head on Friday because I've had so many concussions. I got wobbly I'm not myself for a couple days. Bailey has to come out of today's game. What are you going to do? Who's going to catch in the bottom of the ninth, Duvall?
Yeah.
I don't like that move. I know Melvin did it because they've had some chemistry with Duvall and Bailey. I don't like it. I don't like moving off of one catcher to bring in a catcher who's one foul tip away from being out of the game, because you get a hard enough foul tip off that mask with a concussion just a few weeks ago, he's likely to be wobbly and he's got to come out. Now you have no catchers.
Right.
That's why I would have Sable up instead of Brooks. And you had to – what'd you have to do to bring Brooks up? You had to drop somebody off the roster. I don't remember who it was, but –
I don't think they dropped anyone. They brought him up for Wade, right?
Oh, because did they put him on the 60? No.
Oh, no, you're right. No, but he's still on the –
He was never on the 40. Brooks was a non-roster player. They had to create a 40-man roster spot for him. Let me see who they –
Oh, I'm not sure. You'll have to take a look.
I'll find out right here.
Hey, Senior, on your way back from Stockton?
Okay, Brooks, Jackson Reitz.
Oh, that's what it was, Jackson Reitz.
Okay, so no big loss there.
No,
but because he's back on the non-roster.
he's back in Sacramento after.
And they got McKenna, which is no big loss. They've got other guys on that 40 that are
movable.
Yeah, movable. So anyway, but that's about it. I don't have much more. What do you got?
Yeah, that's pretty much it there, Dan. I think we're good for tonight.
All right.
Tomorrow's an early game, but you still want to come on at evening time tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do
cool.
that. Let's come on at 8 tomorrow night. Wait, let me see what time the NBA basketball finals.
Oh, the finals. Gotcha.
Check it out here. See what time it is. 5 o'clock. Be over. Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which, you remember how Morosi talked about Wade being better than Vladdy? Remember when Larry came on last time? I put up the stat head between Vladdy and Wade.
Oh, yeah.
I said, who would you rather have? And Wade had the better numbers.
Hey, Vladdy isn't producing. He's only got like 5 or 6 homers this year. Come on. The guy's supposed to be a 30-plus homer guy.
Right.
He hasn't done it for a couple years. Peter Norris says, what do you guys think of Caitlin Clark being off the Olympic team? Well, I get it. She's not one of the best 12 players in the WNBA right now, but there probably would have been a lot of resentment with some of the players. I don't know. To me, those WNBA players are dumb. They're cutting their nose off to spite their face. Come on. She's making your league as far as popularity goes. I don't get why, I get it. I do get it. I understand what's going on, but they're not very bright for the way they're cheap shotting her and everything. But, frankly, it's not a lane I really get myself involved in. I'm not a big WNBA person anyway, so it's not something I'm going to pay to watch. If it's on and there's nothing else on and I'm nothing to do, I might sit there and watch it. But I don't really care for the I don't care for the people playing in the league. So anyway.
All righty then.
Mark Graves, yeah. Yeah, that I think that's a subject that Brittany Griner, I've always thought looks male chromosomes or something. Not sure what's going on there, but who knows? This world's wild. You can't tell some women apart from men. I mean, you can't even tell. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, we'll leave that for somebody else's show.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's see what else we got. Well, guys, thanks to our new sponsor.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn.
Northern Lights Entertainment. Go check out his radio stations online. Where, Eric?
Northern Lights Entertainment Radio.ca. Go check it out. You can stream a bunch of different types of music. You guys will enjoy it.
And that stuff. CA is for not California, right? It's for
not Canada. Canada's best radio station. Go check it out. If you like classic rock, they got a lot of classic rock. I think they call it oldies. I think they called it oldies in Canada, but it's classic rock.
Northern Lights Entertainment Radio.ca. Go check it out and listen to the 80s. The 70s to me was the best era of music.
I think that he's got everything. I think it's 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I think there's some 90s in there too, man. They got
I don't know if there was a better era than the 70s. Maybe early 80s,
man.
Early 80s. It started to fade a little
early
bit.
80s get there's some
good stuff in the early 80s.
A little bit too much synthesizer going on.
Yeah, a lot of synthesizer in the 80s, exactly.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. 70s was the good hard rock. 60s was more of the softer rock, wasn't it?
What is it? The who?
The 70s was more of the harder rock than the 60s, wasn't it?
No, I don't know about that. I don't know. 60s and 70s are kind of the same, a little bit there. I mean, the late 60s, I should say.
What was CCR's heyday? The early 70s?
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s, right? Late 60s, early 70s? Pretty sure.
All right, Kyle.
You hear all the
cheap shots from the gallery.
Vietnam, they were listening to all the good stuff, man.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't, Glenn. You cannot beat Creedence. Oh, Metallica. I wasn't a big GNR. Megadeth. Oh, Rust in Peace, man. I don't think there's a album out there. I mean, I love Metallica, but man, Rust in Peace from Megadeth, man. Whoo, that is
who was the biggest pop star of the 80s? Was it Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, man.
Had to be. I mean, he was phenomenal. Let's put it up. I mean, let's be real. He was.
Oh man, yeah.
A phenomenal talent.
But who's buying? Peace Sales was before Rest in Peace, so yeah.
He was. It's too bad he got the drugs messed him up, man.
Yeah,
because
afterwards. Well, he was getting ready to do the final tour. Remember, he was all getting prepared for that. And
who would that be like today if somebody like died suddenly like Jackson? Who would it be? Would it be Taylor Swift?
Probably, right? As far as that level, probably. Aha, all the way. Oh man, George Michael II. Get out of here, man. Prince, yeah, Prince had some good stuff.
Prince is pretty good, yeah. But all right, let's do a quick little poll here. I got to close.
Oh man, we're doing a poll.
Music poll. I got
music poll. Here we go. Okay.
I got to stop the cam so my eyes. I can close my eyes for a while here. Top band. Who gets the nod if I put the Rolling Stones?
Okay, we got to do top band or just best, or how do we want to say this?
Who get this? This is gonna be
who wins?
This is like Mays, Aaron, and Clemente.
Okay, here we go. So you're going Rolling Stones, right?
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
The Beatles.
Actually, how about you tell? Well, whatever. I guess Beatles. Okay.
CCR.
They ain't gonna win compared with those. I know it.
I know, but Stones, Beatles, CCR.
Leonard?
No, how about shoot, I just had it in the back of my
Doors?
No, it wasn't the Doors.
Zeppelin?
No, it wasn't Zeppelin.
Oh, come on. Zeppelin's got to be in there, man.
No, there's one more.
The Eagles.
The Eagles, that was it. The Eagles.
Man, you got to have Zeppelin in there, though. See, this is not good.
Well, we can do another round. I mean,
Eagles.
They kind of fit, Zeppelin and Pink Floyd kind of in their own category, style-wise.
Fair enough. All right,
Aerosmith,
here we go.
Aerosmith would be in that one, too.
There we go.
So,
it's out there. Yeah, the Eagles are good. I think they're like right up there with the like the best album sold ever. I think they're like one or two, if I'm not mistaken. It's incredible.
they had some great music, man, in the 70s and 80s.
The
70s and 80s was just phenomenal. I mean, all those four bands right there.
Oh, look at this, man. Well, then again, it's only 11 votes. Pretty much dead even almost.
I mean, that's four different styles. I mean, that are types,
Yeah, that is different. Rolling Stones is different than the Beatles, which is different than CCR, which is different than Eagles. Yes.
Yeah. So it could be a mix because it could be who you liked.
You bet. A better poll was how many people in the chat even listen to these guys? Well, some of them. For some of them.
Some of these are probably like, who?
Who? CCR. What the hell is that?
CCR. Is that like, is that
a disease? Is that a different version of the coronavirus?
Yeah. Or is that VCR? They don't even know what a VCR is either.
We're at 21 votes. Yeah, I know, right? Beatles is taking it away now.
Really?
I kind of figured that. Beatles have got some very good music.
They probably go down as the all-time greatest band, though, huh?
Yeah, kind of. Eagles second place, 26%.
I thought they might be.
Rolling Stones, CCR at 17%. Beatles are trash. What are you talking about, Smokes? Dude, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it's an interesting little thought.
Los throwing out some
Barry
accusations.
Manilow. Oh, come on, Mandy.
Copa. It's the Copa. Copacabana.
Oh, Mandy. You came and you came.
Oh, man.
Oh, Mandy.
Yes, Mitchell. Zeppelin, Metallica, some Def Leppard. Yes. I can go with that.
Hey, Los.
Nickelback.
Los, where were you tonight?
Don't give me that. They had some decent music, but come on.
Los, I need you. Los, if you're out there, are you available tomorrow night? Pinch hit for me. I'm
either him or Bora, maybe, huh?
Yeah, somebody pinch hit. I need a night off, man.
The Ramones. I want to be sedated. Rocking with Dawkins. Look at that. Googles or goggles. Paisano. What the hell is that? Sakamoto Ryuichi. Sakamoto Ryuichi. Was Sand singing? But no. That would be me. The Scorpions. Rock me like a hurricane. Steely Dan. How do you identify as Los D? A Men at Work, man. Men at Work had some great music too. Whew.
Los D, is that a band?
It might.
Los D. I think that's the name of the band.
It might be. You had what the heck were the names? They remade La Bamba. Who was the band that remade La Bamba? Can't remember the name.
Kiss.
Oh, my uncles loved Kiss. Yeah,
Gene Simmons.
Huge. Los Lobos. Yes. Thank you, Glenn.
Los
Lobos.
Gene Simmons' longest tongue in the world, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. I loved ELO. Electric Light Orchestra. Man, they were good. How about Boston? Boston was a good band. Foreigner.
Oh,
Foreigner.
Yeah. Man. Styx was good, man.
I love Styx.
Double Origato, Mr. Roboto.
Styx, STYX, right? STYX.
Double Obo, STYX.
Yep.
Slipknot, they had some decent music.
Chicago.
You know who likes Chicago? Ned. I think he's friends with some of the members of Chicago.
I love Peter Cetera.
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Fleetwood Mac has got
that might have been top 5 albums of all time. Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, they got some really good music, man.
When they put out that album, the one that oh gosh,
System of a Down, not a fan. They got
not a bad song on Fleetwood Mac's big album.
Pink Floyd, yes.
Stevie Nicks.
The Doors, of course, the Doors, man. Gosh dang, man. Doors had some great music.
Yeah.
Riders
I wish we
on
could
the
play
Storm.
some on here.
I know, man. The Bee Gees, Fosse.
Hey, are we allowed to play Northern? Are we allowed to play Northern Lights on here?
Fosse.
No, we're not.
No.
No, we're not.
Fosse, we need to have a talk, my friend. Bee Gees. Come on, man. Santana, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Is this the end? Oh my God. It's a long song, but it's great. Bob Marley. Black Sabbath. I like Bob Marley though. He's got some good music.
All right, man.
Sublime?
You go ahead and close this out. I'm getting a little bit I'm getting out, but hey, thanks for joining, guys. I'll let Eric close the show out. You guys can keep going. I'm gonna head out, but tomorrow night, Giants go for the sweep tomorrow. Do they get it?
Does Ramos stay on his hot streak?
Going to be tough to beat Evaldi when it's a big game for the.
Yeah, it's going to be a must win.
He's kind of a stopper.
And wins going tomorrow for the Giants. Ooh, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know. All right, man. Hey, good show.
Good show, Dan. Hopefully you feel a little bit better. Were you a little bit better today than yesterday?
A little bit better today than yesterday.
Good. That's good. That's good. At least you're getting progress.
Yeah. So I don't want to push myself too much. So.
Oh, brush. Yes.
All right. I'll see you guys.
All right. Take it easy, Dan.
Yeah.
See you.
See you, everybody.
All right.
Well,
hey, give it a little.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Dan. All right. What do we got? Rush. Yeah, hopefully he feels better. We'll see how he feels tomorrow, but he's feeling a little bit better, which is good. He hung in there, man. He hung in there for almost 2 hours today, so that's pretty good. I'll be Slayer and join the show. Rush is overrated. Wow, Glenn. Man, but Neil Peart, dude. Neil Peart was amazing. How about why am I not thinking? Oh my gosh, I cannot remember. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember. Brother. Metacore Legends. Kill Switch Engage. Yeah, I remember them. How about Sepultura? Sepultura. I'm not a big Grateful Dead fan. Temptations. Jimi Hendrix. The Police. Motorhead. Okay, I wasn't a big Motorhead fan. Same thing with Oh, what the heck was his damn name? Ah, pissing me off. The Hip, greatest Canadian band of all time. The Hip. The Tragically Hip is, I think that's what it's. Radiohead. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. The Fat Boys. Judas Priest. Not a fan. Not a fan of Judas Priest. Yeah. The front man. What's his name? Yeah, just his vocals. Sting is my favorite solo artist. Beatles is your favorite band. Radiohead is your favorite living band. The SpaceX video was so awesome. I'm going to show it to my kid tomorrow. Man, that was awesome, wasn't it? Woo-wee! That was some good stuff, man. There's a clip out there today where it showed there's a video of a boat watching the booster make the soft landing in the ocean. It was awesome. Twisted Sister. There you go. Genesis. Genesis had some good music. Oh, Greta Van Fleet. Yeah, they're kind of a throwback, aren't they? Static X. Static X. How about Ministry? Remember Ministry? Connective Dots. Oasis. Quiet Riot, man. That was another great one. Disturbed. Okay. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on, Addie. Come on. Addie, you're getting up there with Fosse, man. The Fosse and Addie show, man. Talking about Backstreet Boys. And what the heck did he else? What did he say? Bee Gees. That's what he said. Bee Gees. Elton John. Can't go wrong with Elton John. Woo. I play them all. Disturbed is great live. Oh, yeah. Cool. Nice. I've seen Megadeth live. I've seen Metallica live. I've seen AC/DC live. Best one was Megadeth. Ooh, the Symphony of Destruction tour, man. God, that was great. Oh, you know, the Metallica and Korn opened up for Metallica back in 96. Ooh, that was a damn good concert. Wow. Man, that was awesome. That was, a matter of fact, I was in Phoenix, Mark, when I saw Metallica and Korn. It was awesome. Weezer. The good old song Sweater. Yeah. I was there 3 No. This was back in 96, Aaron. Were you even born in 96? The Four Tops. The Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters got some good music. Four Tops. Yeah, I got good old Motown, man. Motown just had some great stuff, didn't they? Eric Clapton. Yeah. Yeah, lead singer of Maiden is a commercial pilot. Flies his tour plane. Run for the hills. Oh. 311. Summer Sanitarium. Oh, that was a different one, I think. Oh, you were born in 83? Oh, damn. Okay, maybe you did see it then. It wasn't Power Man 5000 wasn't part of it. It was just Korn and Metallica. Tenacious D. Oh, man. They got some great ones. I'm not a big Frank Zappa. No, not too big on the Frank Zappa. Smashing Pumpkins. They had some good music. Rage Against the Machine. They got some really good music. Whoo. They got some really good music. Did you like Audio Slave? How many people remember Audio Slave? Where it was, what's his name? It was the front man from Soundgarden. God, how come I can't remember his name? He wound up being the front man for Audio Slave. Basically, it was the whole band from Rage Against the Machine with just the whole new front man. Audio Slave is absolutely fantastic. Yes, Cornell. Thank you. Oh my gosh, man. That was some really good music. I like that band. They were only around for a little while, but my goodness, man, I really enjoyed Audio Slave. Alice in Chains? Nice. Yes. How about who am I thinking around the same time? Yes, there you go, Will. Stone Temple Pilots. That was some really good music as well. It's a unfortunate, Scott Weiland the dude was messed up. But boy, he could sing. Oh, Pearl Jam was okay. Dude, guitar, rock band. We used to play the hell out of some rock band. Green Day, not too bad. Chili Peppers, yeah, there's a few songs. All right, hold on one second, guys. Be right back. All right. Tom Petty. We forgot about Tom Petty. Man, Tom Petty had some awesome music, man. Metal rules, fellas. Yes, Paisano. I love the metal. Static X. Buddy Holly into crickets. Look at this Tom showing his age. Tom Petty was great, man. I love his music. What's kind of funky? Have you guys ever heard of the Blue Man Group? I think it's Blue Man Group. I don't think it's Blue Man Group. Oh my goodness. Very interesting. Very interesting. Sublime. Yep. Offspring. I didn't care for Offspring, man. Ooh. Black Crowes. Chuck Berry. Look at Ron Raquel. Ron and Tom. You guys are going back to the 50s. Let's see what else. Journey. Can't go wrong with Journey. Can't go wrong. Yeah, Foo Fighters. We mentioned Foo Fighters. Fountains of Wayne. We never heard of them. Yeah, I think they are in. Yeah, I think so. Diesel. Oh my gosh, I better close out the poll. What am I doing here? Beatles won. I kind of figured that. There we go. Enough of that. Bring it back over here. All right, here we go. Limp Bizkit. I forgot about. They were famous for a couple of years, and then they just kind of fell off. Limp Bizkit. Oh my God, how come I can't think of the band? They sing Sober. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know Mark Graves is going to come up with it. Come on, Mark. Don't fail me now. They sing Sober. I don't know what. Tool! Look at that. Oof. They got some great music. Epic songs. Long, epic songs. Love it. Love it. Man, they got some great music. I enjoy listening to them. Again, it's just everything is just in symmetry. The percussion, the drums, the bass, the music is just fantastic. I mean, the music just takes you on a ride, not just the singing, but just the music is just, it's almost like watching a movie, right? That's what it feels like. Leonard Skinner, man. Yeah, no one said that. You can't go wrong with Leonard Skinner, LZ. Toto? Yeah, definitely next summer there, Kyle, for sure. Don't forget, Kyle, July and just over a month, Kyle, Kansas, another great one. Kyle, in just over a month, the big boy makes its appearance in Sacramento. Well, specifically Roseville. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Young. Neil Young. Hey!
I didn't hear 3 Dog Night.
3 Dog Night. Oh, Dad, look at that. You get second wind.
Yeah, well, I was putting my dogs, giving my dogs down, and I was all of a sudden, I got 2 dogs, but not 3. But I thought
3 Dog Night.
I was listening to you I had my phone in my pocket here, listening as I was getting ready, putting the dogs down. I thought, how about 3 Dog Night? No one's
3
mentioned
Dog
that.
Night. There you go. How about that?
Neil Young. Let's just pull a stack of 45s out and see if we can get some names that haven't been shown up yet. Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel. Can't go wrong with that.
Haven't heard that. How about?
Hey, Will, you coming up here to Sacramento next month? Big boy coming to town. Biggest steam locomotive ever built. It's going to be coming from the north. I think it's going to come through the Feather River. The Feather River. What is that? Oh, I can't remember what subdivision that is, but it's coming through your neck of the woods there, Kyle, and then heading on its way south into Roseville. Senior, what's up? Hey, are you still on the road? Or are you back home already?
Oh, here's one. Here's one I haven't heard. Maybe you guys said
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Was a good friend of mine. Never heard a single word he said.
There we go. See?
I love me some drinking some wine.
NorCal Sports Network. We are a channel of.
Here's one I haven't heard. I like many genres. Has anybody mentioned Earth, Wind, and Fire yet?
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh no, I think someone did say that. Mention it earlier.
Okay. How about the Commodores? Weren't bad.
Commodores?
Yeah, Lionel Richie.
Toad the Wet Sprocket. Were they the ones that sing Peaches? Will, is that the band that sang Peaches? Elvis, got to pass, man. Not a fan.
This is some 60s or 70s stuff. The Archies.
I'm trying to remember what band sang Peaches. Oh yeah, that's right. Remember you brought Glenn on, and he named.
Yeah.
He damn near named every single one of them.
Okay, let's give Glenn
millions of peaches.
Give Glenn a minute to type this in. You ought to bring in Glenn for this segment.
You want to come in, Glenn? You got time? I think he might be on the air right now.
Oh, okay.
Presidents of the United States. That's what it was. Presidents of the United States. There you go. Peaches. That was a weird song.
Has anybody mentioned America yet?
Awesome. Oh, America. Yeah, that's right.
That was
Senior got a video of Eldred's double. Nice.
Oh, really? I saw the interview. That was pretty cool. You should play that with Charlie. Talking to Bryce.
I was going to play it and download, but it was a pretty bad quality. It was pretty fuzzy.
Still pretty good. I could hear it. All right. Al Green is a soloist.
Al Green.
Let's stay together. Loving you forever. Hey, how about Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder.
Come on.
Stuff. You want to go Ray Charles too? I mean, come on, my goodness. Joe Hooker. How.
Joe Cocker.
Yeah, there you go. Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Against the wind.
There you go.
Hey, look at this, baby. Perfect for the show.
Oh, put me in, coach. Yep. Good old John C. Fogerty. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Remember the Raiders?
Don't remember the Raiders.
The Lost Indian.
The Beach Boys. I wasn't a Beach Boys fan. I know my parents, they enjoyed the Beach Boys. But remember the Oak Ridge Boys?
Oh, yeah. Remember that song "Spirit in the Sky"?
Spirit. Oh, that's a great song.
Hey, Spicy, come on. Sound like a pig. Look like a pig. Trying to get this dog to lose weight.
Oh, who sang Magic Carpet Ride? That's a great song. Love that song, man. Magic Carpet Ride. Woo! That one will get you up, man. Going, man.
All right. Oh, how about hey, this group, man, ever got broke up?
Steppenwolf. Thank you, Mark.
Here's a group that would just put you in melancholy mood.
Melancholy. There we go.
Melancholy. No, they'll put you in a melancholy mood.
They'll put us in a melancholy mood.
Especially after you broke up or you got dumped by a girl in 7th or 8th grade. Bread. I'd give you everything I own. I'd give everything I own.
No.
You my life, my heart, my home.
Oh wow!
Just to have you back again.
Oh man!
I mean, Bread. Every one of their songs was like
George Thorogood. Oh my goodness!
Every one of Bread's songs was like,
Kyle Kapler and the Nuts, 2000 solo artist.
Glenn said, "Link."
Oh, here we go then.
Here's your label. Here's your label you love.
Is that Santana?
No,
what's that say?
Let me put that.
Oh,
wait, I'm turning it.
I can't. Commotion and Credence.
And on the backside of this 45.
Ooh, look at that Green River.
Green River.
There you go, Glenn. Righteous Brothers. The hell was that? Damn.
Hey, how'd Glenn and I do tonight?
Oh man, I thought I was gonna have a good night.
I bet I lost points because I didn't have any pitching, and so all my points come from pitching. So someone else either goes above.
Here's the breakdown. All right, leading the league, Vince. Plus 3.5, sitting at 97 points.
Plus
Dilly, Solar Eclipse, minus 2 points. He's sitting at 85.5. Carlo P, known as Webb's Killer Whales, minus 3, sitting at 84 points. Nothing like it. Aaron lost, in other words. Got 4 points. Climbs to 71.5 points. Seniors Heroes, 5th place. Increased by 2.5 points, sitting at 67 altogether. Hopes and Dreams will be broke even, still at 65. South City Gigantes, that's Cliff Martinez, broke even, sitting at 63. Glenn, hey, hold on, as you bring him in.
Speaking of Glenn,
what's up, Glenn?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, hear you great.
Cool.
Awesome.
We're going through the standings. How did Glenn do tonight?
Glenn, minus 2.5, sitting at 58.5 points.
It's up and down every day.
Yep. Matt to the rescue.
Had to lose points tonight.
Gained.
No way.
A half a point. Sitting at 56.5.
And where's Glenn at?
Just above you.
At what?
58.5. You guys are
okay.
separated by 2
Coming
points.
after you. Better give me a catcher.
Dan wants a catcher. Now he ain't getting one.
See you, Glenn.
Oh man, there we go. It wouldn't be a NorCal Sports
Danny.
Network show unless somebody gets kicked out. Tranquilo Camilo minus 2.5. He's at 51.5.
And sinking.
Debbie Downer number 2, man. Gosh, minus a half a point, 49.5. And then Axel and friends bringing up the rear like toilet paper. 31 points, broke even.
Wow.
Where did Danny get these records at?
All these?
Where'd you get your records at?
My brothers and I just collected them or bought them, and then we didn't know anything. You know, I just somehow they
Let me guess. Was he an older brother?
Yeah.
Your younger brother always gets the baseball cards, the records. He gets everything.
I wish I would have got the
It's
baseball
true.
card.
It's true.
It is, right? Exactly.
Wish I would have got them. I'm gonna put those like that so I don't.
All right. Hey, guys, if you guys don't know, this is Glenn from Northern Lights Entertainment.
Home of
He's our
the
new
Glenn
sponsor.
and Eric Rock Show. It's Rock and Talk.
Rock and Talk with Glenn
Rock
and Eric.
and Talk, Saturday mornings at 10. Right
Yeah,
on.
how about that? Yep, Saturday mornings
I
at
think
10.
it's going to be a lot of fun, Eric,
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
even though I
You
pick the
guys,
music.
you guys make a incredible tandem because you got the radio voice
And you got the high pitch.
and you got the high squealer.
Well, we both, there's one thing we do have in common. You got to be honest.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
each got the face. We got the face for radio.
Yeah. That's great. That is
Takes a man to
great.
call it, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. It does. That's great. Hey,
So
long
Dan,
as, we
Dan got any other short snapper? Any records there? He hasn't pulled from the bin yet.
Well, I don't know. Let me pull a few, then I'm going to head out because I'm starting to fade again here. But let's give you a 10, and then we'll see how many you get out of 10.
10. Okay, hang on. I gotta get a notepad here.
What am
All
I
right,
doing?
let's see how many we get here.
What do I do? Name the song and you name the band?
Yeah, let's do it that way.
All right.
He's peeking at the 45. He knows by the labels, man. Glenn will know
I
by
did
the
last
labels.
time. I know some
Yeah,
labels.
you
Okay. Do I name the band or do I name the song and you name the song? Okay.
I'll go
Hair.
head to head with my new co-host here. See how we do.
Oh,
see if he's bringing the A game to the show next Saturday.
Oh, man. I'll be bringing the F game.
I think I tell you what, Eric, I'll be the rock and you be the talk next week.
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
All right, here we go. First one, hair. Something I don't have. Hair. Who sang it?
Oh, see, this is what happens when you're on the spot. This happened last time. I got off the
Bring
show
on.
and I said, Bernice, she says, how come you didn't tell him? I'm like, I forgot. Oh, the pressure. Hair, give me some kind of hair, long, beautiful hair. Oh, Jesus.
Shining, gleaming,
Yeah.
waxing hair.
Yeah. And in fact, that musical, Hair,
Is based off it.
you know, the big stink about that.
I'll give you. You want a clue?
You know
want
who
a clue?
starred in it?
Yeah, Travolta.
No, the porn star.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the show. We'll you know what? We're taking it up next week. Level, Eric. You're gonna love us or hate us on the show next week.
Oh, Tom White. Okay, I'm gonna give you a clue. Moo. Moo.
Jesus Christ.
Moo. Moo.
Oh, the cow says, why do I always forget that? I told you last time. Isn't that funny? Last time we did this, I knew that one because they're a Canadian band from Edmonton,
Right.
Alberta.
There you go.
They did the Rain in the Park and the other things. That was their big hit.
I'm gonna give you tough ones.
Jesus, that was a tough one to start.
Gimme good lovin'.
Gimme Good Love and the Rascals.
Nope.
The Rascals did that. Well, maybe
No.
not your record.
Maybe not this one. This one's Crazy Elephant. I'm going with the animals, cows and elephants.
I'm going with the Rascals. Bigger hit.
All right. I'm going to give you an easy one. You ready
Easy
for an
like
easy
Sunday
one?
morning.
This should be easy. Let's see if who gets it first. Ready? Light my fire.
Doors.
Oh, Eric got it.
I can't. If I failed on that one, man, oh my God, I'd be getting my ass kicked.
Okay, here's a good one. I can go with his bigger hit or I'll go with his second hit. Which one should I go with? Let's see if you can get his second hit.
Oh, my
You
phone.
ready?
Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
And his first hit is kind of how I'm feeling right now. But Jam Up and Jelly Tight.
Jam up and jelly tight. Aquarius.
No,
I said this last time. They did that song, Aquarius, but you said it was wrong. So
I got it right here. His first, his biggest hit, what he's really known for, is How I'm Kind of Feeling When I Walk Around.
Jam up and jelly tight. Eric, you got that one. That's the 70s.
Dizzy. He wrote Dizzy too. He sang Dizzy.
Oh, Tommy Rowe.
There you go.
Dizzy. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
There we go. Don't know about no jam up and jelly rolls.
Okay. Here we go, Glenn.
Eric or Dan, that last record. That last record you had. Jam up.
Yeah.
You're on it.
Tommy Rowe.
1970.
Tommy Rowe.
1970 release.
Jam up a jelly tight. Does it give me the year?
It's going to be in a small print, I think, right?
I don't see the year on here.
Take
Engineer.
my word. Take my
Phil
word.
Cave. Producer Steve Barry. This one right here.
Kapari.
Wipeout. You got it.
As soon as he did the laugh.
All
I
right.
told you last show, I usually know the intro time before the vocals hit.
Yep.
Wipeout.
Yep. Yeah. Take it easy, Mitchell. I don't know if I caught you before you got out of here. Oh, did we lose Glenn? He's locked up. You there, Glenn?
He's locked up.
He is locked up.
Let's see.
Let's see if he comes back. He's frozen.
I like that. What a colorful mic.
That's a similar mic that I have, except mine's just red. It doesn't do the multicolor stuff. I'm not sure. Senior, I'll find out.
What was that?
I think if I see him come back, I'll bring him back in. But he is frozen in time.
I think Senior wanted to know earlier.
I was going to ask. Yeah.
Who's going to use?
Oh, his last move.
Well,
yeah, he just dropped off.
He'll come back. I'm going to head back out. I'm kind of.
Yeah, I'm going to get ready to shut it down too. I think it's.
All right. I'll head out. You close her out. We'll see you guys
Will do.
tomorrow.
Take it easy, Dan.
Thanks.
Talk to you tomorrow,
Bye.
man. See ya. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it a night. I'll just give it a couple of minutes to see if Glenn shows up. I think his internet took a dump on him. That happens. Anyways, like we said before, we are now sponsored by Northern Lights Entertainment. Go check out the website. Oh, there he is. He's back.
What happened?
Hey, you locked up. You froze up.
I couldn't see myself, and Dan disappeared, and there was you. Hello.
Dan, he wasn't feeling too good, so he had to get going. So
See you, Dan.
All right. Hey, people want to know, are you back in the Bay Area or are you in Canada right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now I'm in the Bay, but I'll be back in.
Nice.
I just got back last week from Toronto. I was talking to you on the actual. Remember, I was on the plane and I downloaded that epic show you did where you did the all rise.
The lawyer stroke. Oh my!
So I had to get up and head to the airport in Sydney, Nova Scotia, to fly through Toronto, and I had to get up at 3 a.m. So I went to bed. How long were you on that show? Because I fell asleep, and then when it was time to get up to go to the airport, you were still on.
Yeah,
so I downloaded the show. I took you on the plane. I watched it the whole trip to Toronto. It was great.
Got halfway across the United States before that show ended. That was like
I was like, Eric, that had to be the longest show you've ever done.
No, I think there was one time
because you had a guest. You had the guest was the other show.
Yep.
Then there was like 6 guys. You had a jury, a judge, the executioner. Then I woke up, and the young guy was back again. It was. I said to Bernice, I said, "This is another epic early morning of the guys saying, well, we've got to sign off now." And an hour and a half later.
Yeah, that happens. I tell you.
So you're looking forward to the show next week. Eric's on the Eric's on the rock station, CKGC, Capital FM. You're going to be my co-host. You're going to do all the talking. I do the rocking. We're going to play classic rock. I told you we had the show. Do I still have the list?
Yeah,
we
you gave me the lineup.
Music for the first show.
Yeah, you gave the lineup. Here, let me find it. It's going to be a good lineup. Some of them I'm going to have to.
You're going to have to do some research because due to Canadian content rules. Oh, here we go. Our first hour is going to be the Highway Tune, Greta Van Fleet. I Want My Tears Back by the Night Wish. Aerosmith, Eat the Rich, and Angel back-to-back. We're doing a double play. We're doing ZZ Top, Under Pressure, Street Heart, One More Time, a little Creedence Clearwater Revival, Fortunate Son, Summer of 69, Bryan Adams, We Got the Beat, the Go-Go's, and Harlequin, I Did It for Love. Hour 2, Anyway You Want It by Journey, New York Groove Ace Frehley, Big Sugars, Digging a Hole, ELO, Don't Bring Me Down, Zeppelin, Rock and Roll, Heart Barracuda, Kim Mitchell, who's actually a guy, lead singer of a rock group in Canada in the 70s known as Max Webster, a song called Go for Soda, Matthew Mays out of Halifax, Cocaine Cowgirl, and we close out the 2-hour show with Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. Look at that.
So there's our playlist. We're going to play them all.
Gonna play them all. 2 hours, right?
We're going to talk television trivia. We're also going to talk a little bit about D-Day, which just passed.
Ooh, okay.
I know you can bring some quality conversation to the table on that one, Eric.
Absolutely. Love that stuff.
It's going to be a great show.
There's a Canadian aspect to that, you know. They landed on one of those beaches, so.
Well, the Canadians were instrumental. Will was talking on one of the shows about that. I got to tell you and Will. I love my NorCal sports, but did you see the comment? No truer words have ever been typed into a chat. I said last night when you closed off your military history show, I said, when I tune in to Will and Eric, I leave knowing more than when I arrived.
Awesome. Cool.
Educational. Like boy, you guys bring a lot to the table. Very educated. You had some great clips yesterday.
Yeah.
Tell guys if they missed it about the video you played last night.
The SpaceX one?
No, the video. I said, play it again. Some guy went off.
It was Saving Private Ryan, the first 10 minutes of it.
But you played a clip. I don't know if he was an admiral. He was anyway. He brought the locker room speech.
Gotcha. You're talking about Bill Avila, the guy who earned the Medal of Honor.
That was epic.
Wasn't it?
That was epic.
Wasn't it?
You know, I don't care who your mother is, your father is, you won't know. You won't know your children.
Basically, someone else is going to raise your children if you decide to attack it. Yeah, exactly.
Boy, oh boy. Wasn't that give you goosebumps, raise the hair on your arms.
It makes you want to run through a brick wall, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I got to get back to the studio. I've got some work to do. It's the Saturday. I got the Saturday night dance party going.
Oh, sounds fun. Nice.
Yeah, so what have I got coming up on the Saturday night dance party? We have got Animotion. You Are an Obsession. Remember that one? You are an obsession. You're my obsession.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Yep.
Okay, what else have I got coming up here? I've got The Sun Always Shines on TV and Take On Me double play. I got a few more on here. We're going to fire on between now and 2 a.m.
There you go.
Thanks for letting me be part of the sponsorship, and we will talk to you, Eric, if not sooner, next Saturday morning, 10. It's Rock and Talk with Glenn and Eric.
Yes, exactly. That's going to be
awesome. Catch you then.
Hey, take it easy, Glenn. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Peace out.
See ya. All right, guys. There was Glenn from Northern Lights Entertainment. Man, good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging in there. Got a little off track there for the last hour, but it's fun to talk about some other stuff, especially music, man. Can't go wrong with music, right? Anyways, join us tomorrow. It's going to be 8:30, somewhere around there. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. See if the Giants could get a sweep out of this. What is it? Keaton Wynn versus Nathan Eovaldi. See if Ramos can keep up the hot streak, and see if Wynn can stop the Texas Rangers. They're still a potent team. Again, they're missing some pieces, but we'll see how that works off. And then, after after that last game in Texas, they head back home, gonna play against the Houston Astros. So we'll see how that works out. Anyways, join us tomorrow, guys. Like I said, between 8:30, somewhere around there. And again, thanks for joining, and appreciate Glenn coming on the show. Like I said, go check out Northern Lights Entertainment Radio.ca. You can hear all the great music. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Woo!